Most men think that in order to attract a high-value woman, they need to shower her with compliments about her appearance or constantly tell her how amazing she is. But here's the truth. That's not what makes her feel special. The compliments that truly get her attention, the ones that stick with her long after the conversation, aren't the ones that focus on her looks or surface-level qualities. High-value women don't need constant praise about their beauty or physical appearance. They already know they're beautiful. What they really crave are compliments that acknowledge their deeper qualities. They want to be seen for who they truly are, not just admired for what they look like. The first compliment that high-value women secretly crave is, "I admire your strength and resilience." A high-value woman values her independence and the journey she's been on. She's been through struggles, overcome challenges, and built herself into the woman she is today. This compliment acknowledges her inner strength and the effort she's put into becoming who she is. When you compliment a woman on her resilience, you show that you see beyond the surface. You recognize her as someone who is capable, someone who has fought hard to achieve her goals. And that kind of acknowledgement isn't something she gets every day. This compliment doesn't just make her feel good about herself, it makes her feel respected. It shows that you value her as a person, not just for what she can offer in a relationship. The second compliment high-value women crave is, "I respect the way you handle challenges with grace." Women who know their worth face challenges every day, whether it's personal struggles, career obstacles, or societal expectations. A high-value woman doesn't crumble under pressure. Instead, she meets adversity with a level of grace and poise that makes her even more formidable. When you compliment her on her ability to handle stress with composure, you show her that you recognize her true strength. You're not just admiring her beauty or intelligence, but acknowledging the emotional control and wisdom she has cultivated over time. This compliment doesn't just flatter her, it deepens the respect she has for herself. It validates her efforts to maintain balance and keep her cool in the face of the chaos life throws her way. It's a reminder that she's not just surviving, she's thriving. If you're ready to connect on a deeper level and create meaningful attraction, subscribe and hit the bell. You won't want to miss what's coming next. The third compliment that high-value women secretly crave is, "You have a way of making people feel seen and heard." This compliment is about recognizing the emotional intelligence and empathy that a high-value woman brings to any situation. She doesn't just interact with people, she connects with them. She listens, she understands, and she makes those around her feel truly valued. When you acknowledge this ability, you're praising her capacity to build real, meaningful relationships. You're recognizing the depth of her character, her ability to make others feel important, and her sense of emotional awareness. This compliment is rare because it highlights a woman's emotional intelligence, an attribute that's often overlooked. High-value women understand the power of connection, and being recognized for this quality reminds them of their impact on the world. These three compliments, acknowledging her strength, her grace under pressure, and her emotional intelligence, do something powerful. They show her that you're not just focused on her outer appearance or what she can provide. You're seeing her as a whole person, and that's what high-value women truly crave. They don't want to be just another pretty face. They want to be seen for the substance they bring to the table. They want to be recognized for the journey they've taken, the challenges they've overcome, and the person they've become along the way. When you offer these compliments, you're telling her that you see beyond the surface. You're acknowledging the effort, the resilience, and the heart that she has cultivated. The real power of these compliments lies in the fact that they speak to her essence, not just her looks or status. You're validating what matters most to her, her character, her strength, and her ability to connect. What these compliments also do is set you apart from other men. Most guys will give the generic surface-level compliments. You look stunning. You're beautiful. You're smart. But high-value women hear these all the time. They get the same praise from nearly every man they meet. It doesn't stand out. But when you acknowledge her inner qualities, when you appreciate the deeper aspects of who she is, you become different. You become the man who truly sees her. And that's rare. You're not just trying to win her over with flattery or empty words. You're showing that you understand what truly matters to her, what she values, and what she's worked hard to build. In doing so, you position yourself as someone who can offer her real connection, not just superficial attraction. And that's what makes these compliments so powerful. They don't just make her feel good in the moment. They make her feel understood, which is something far more lasting. The beauty of these compliments is that they're not just words. They're a reflection of your understanding of her. When you speak to a high-value woman in this way, you're acknowledging the effort she's made in shaping her life. This goes beyond complimenting what she does. You're honoring who she is. And that's incredibly attractive. It's easy to tell someone they look good or that they're successful, but recognizing her emotional strength, her capacity for compassion, and her resilience is rare. And it's what makes her feel special in a way that other men simply can't. By offering these compliments, you create a dynamic where she begins to see you as someone who truly appreciates her for who she is at her core, not just at face value. You become someone who is worthy of her time and energy, because you aren't just focusing on her outer beauty, you're seeing her essence. And the more she feels seen, the more drawn she will be to you. These compliments create a foundation of respect and admiration, which are the key ingredients in any meaningful relationship. High-value women don't settle for superficial connections. They crave relationships where they are truly seen, where their deeper qualities are valued and appreciated. When you consistently offer these compliments, you build a dynamic based on mutual respect. She begins to trust that you are someone who understands her on a deeper level. Not only do you see her strength, grace, and intelligence, but you also appreciate how these qualities shape her interactions with the world. This kind of appreciation creates a stronger emotional bond. It shows her that you're not just interested in what she can offer, but in who she is. And when a woman feels valued for her essence, she will not only be drawn to you, she'll want to stay. The impact of these compliments is more than just making her feel good in the moment. They create a lasting impression. You're not just telling her what she wants to hear. You're affirming the very qualities that make her the high-value woman she is. And the more you recognize these qualities, the more she will feel that she can trust you, not just with her time, but with her emotions. You've shown her that you see the real her. You've acknowledged the parts of her that others might overlook. This kind of recognition is rare. Most men will focus on her beauty or surface-level attributes. But you've set yourself apart by appreciating her resilience, her emotional intelligence, and her capacity to make a difference in the lives of those around her. When you do this, you're not just giving compliments. You're building the foundation of an emotional connection. A high-value woman knows when she's genuinely admired for who she is. And when you give her that recognition, you don't just become another man in her life. You become someone who matters. Now that you understand the impact of these three compliments, it's clear why they resonate so deeply with high-value women. These compliments go beyond surface-level admiration. They speak to the core of who she is. They acknowledge the struggles, growth, and emotional strength that define her. By offering these compliments, you become more than just someone who admires her beauty or success. You become someone who sees her as a complete person, someone who values the effort she's put into becoming who she is. This deep level of recognition is what makes you stand out. It's what makes you memorable. Women want to feel valued for their essence, not just their appearance or accomplishments. And when you give her the gift of being truly seen, you unlock a connection that's far more meaningful and lasting than any superficial praise. So, if you want to create deeper, more genuine connections with high-value women, remember these three compliments. Recognize her strength, appreciate her grace, and value her emotional intelligence. And watch as the attraction grows, not just because of what you say, but because of how deeply you understand and respect her. If you found this valuable, subscribe and hit the bell. You won't want to miss what's coming next. This is Marble Masculinity. Stay grounded, stay real, stay unforgettable.